In addition to the postural cues that we just showed for coaches, there are a number of different technical cues that you should also go through every time when you utilize the ladder. So there's just a number of different things with a lot of the drills that you're probably going to say over and over and over again, and we're going to go through them right now. The first one would be with Brandon. We've got Brandon Wood here, Division I football player at Rutgers. What we don't want to see is the head turning side to side. So when an athlete is turning the head side to side, we don't want to see that. We want to see the head straight ahead and not seeing too much vertical displacement, okay? So if you see the athlete's heads moving up and down, they're not absorbing the forces correctly. The next thing I want to see is that the arms are at 90 degrees. So I always want to make sure, guys, hands are open, arms are at 90 degrees. We utilize this not only for increased speed and extension, but a lot of sports that are out there, whether you have to tackle somebody or catch something, it's just better to have the hands in this position. The pelvic position has to be right. But when I talk about the hips for technique, I want to make sure that the hips are staying over the ladder on most of our drills. When I start to see the athletes displace too far in and outside the ladder, their motions become less efficient. So with Brandon right now, if he's doing a little slalom jump side to side, he's keeping the hips over the ladder right here. What I don't want to see is that he hops all the way outside the ladder and then moves all the way back, because now he's not changing direction properly. He's not using his center of gravity over his base of support correctly. So we have to look at this stuff as coaches. We're not going to get great performance unless we teach it and then we demand it. From there, I want to make sure that the athlete is always landing on the balls of the feet and that he's staying crisp on and off of the ground. So one of the key goals is that I'm always seeing quick, fast movements. And then finally, which Brandon just showed right there, which is a great cue as well, is opposite arm, opposite leg relationship. You're going to be surprised so many times with your athletes that they're going to start to use same arm, same leg, or they're going to start to move through drills and the arms aren't matching the leg motions anymore. I don't want to create improper patterns here. So you're going to see on a lot of the different exercises that have different patterns, we may just keep the hands out front because it's more of an agility movement than trying to coordinate the arms with that as well, which may be more difficult. But let's say Brandon right here is going to do just a quick foot drill through the ladder, and you can start. Right there, do you see how when he's moving, the arms are going opposite arm, opposite leg when he does it? So when we're using the ladder, coaches, I want this thing to look like a military operation. Now you know the postural cues and you know the technical cues. So every kid, once you've assessed them through the ladder, you should always be working towards perfect performance. When you get that, not only are you going to have more success out on the field, but I guarantee there's also going to be injury prevention. Get to work on these and make sure, never let off on technique or posture, and your athletes are going to definitely thank you for it.